He's able to save you. Just look to the Lamb of God. Look to the Lamb of God. Look to the Lamb of God. For He alone is able to save you. Just look to the Lamb of God. You just look to the Lamb of God. Look to the Lamb of God. For He alone is able to save you. Just look to the Lamb of God. Look to the Lamb of God. Look to the Lamb of God. For He alone is able to save you. Look to the Lamb of God. Look and live, my brother, live. Look to Jesus Christ and live. He's recorded in His word. Hallelujah. Look to Jesus now and live. Look and live, my brother, live. Look to Jesus now and live. It's recorded in His word. Hallelujah. Look to Jesus now and live. Look and live, my sister, live. Look to Jesus now and live. It's recorded in His word. Hallelujah. Look to Jesus now and live. Look and live, my brother, live. Look to Jesus now and live. It's recorded in His word. Hallelujah. Look to Jesus now and live. Look and live, my brother, live. Look to Jesus now and live. It's recorded in His word. Hallelujah. Look to Jesus now and live. Look and live, my brother, live. Look to Jesus now and live. It's recorded in His word. Hallelujah. Look to Jesus now and live. Look to the Lamb of God. Look to the Lamb of God. For He alone is able to save you. Just look to the Lamb of God. Won't you look to the Lamb of God? Look to the Lamb of God. For He alone is able to save you. Just look to the Lamb of God. Here's the blessed Savior calling you on rest. Oh, ye heavy laden, come to me and rest. Come no longer tarry, I am burden bear. Bring me every burden, bring me every care. Come unto me, and I sin. Praise the Lord. I actually feel like the Lord already had his way. All I can add is let him that have an ear to hear. Hear. There is nothing impossible with God. Nothing. A lady has been suffering with an issue of blood for 18 years. And I know full well that God knew about it. And she went from one doctor to another doctor to another doctor till she was broke. They ever said in America, all it takes is one illness to wipe all your accounts. One sickness hits your family, you all are broke. And you all know, ain't too many of us got too much to afford one surgery. We read about it. You see mothers crying at St. Jude. So we didn't know what to do. We didn't have the money. But we thank God for St. Jude, they say. Because they didn't charge us a penny. You might not understand why they say that. When you add up the bill, it's sometimes 500, 600,000. How many folk have that to spare? Most of us ain't got 1,000 in our saving account right now. What do you think will happen if God didn't step in and show you mercy? There are some with children, and you know how it is. If it's me, I say, well, whatever. But when you come to my children, I'm willing to sell the house. You just forget that. None of that matters. My child got to get well. Families have sold houses, sold stocks, sold bonds. She sold their wedding ring. Whatever. I just want to see my baby feel all right. And the woman has sold everything and still didn't get any help. Until one day she heard that it's a man named Jesus. And he was in town. And she added up the cost. She thought about everything she had spent and still didn't get no help. After years, then he said, what do I have to lose? So when you lost everything, when you can realize you ain't got nothing left to lose, you will come to Jesus. Many folks will come to Jesus because they ain't really lost everything. If there's something out there they hold on to. But when you have lost everything, you will come to Jesus. So she looked around, she said, ain't nothing left. I lost all my money. Around at that time, they lost her husband if she had one. They lost children. Watch this. They lost her pride. Because at this time she was thinking, and according to the Jewish tradition, ain't nobody gonna come near her, and if you touch her, you are unclean. So there was nothing else to lose. According to the law, if a woman is under the issue of her blood, if you come near her, you are defiled for at least 7 days. If you sit where she sits, you defiled. If you touch her, you defiled. So imagine how she felt about herself. She lost everything. Anybody touch her defiled? So she already know she's a defiling instrument. But she wanted to be made whole so much She wanted to reclaim her pride, her dignity, her personality. She wanted to have a sense of worth again. She wanted to be looked at like other women again. She wanted to be wanted, to be admired, to be desired again. But she ain't got no more money to spend. And obviously had no one else to come to her rescue. But somebody said there's a man going about doing good, healing all manner of sicknesses and diseases. And I could hear somebody say, listen, my hands were shriveled. But when I came to this man, Jesus, my hands are whole again. I could hear the Roman engine begin to toss and say, what? Before that one can finish testifying, somebody said, remember I was crippled. I used to hop around like this here. But look at me now. I can strut my stuff.
Yeah, Lord.
Somebody said, remember, I was called blind Bartimaeus. And I had to find out. I'd be led around and feel my way. But look at me, I got 20/20 sight. And did nobody do it but that man of Nazareth named Jesus.
Have your way, Lord.
I could hear one of the 10 lepers say, remember, I couldn't come into the city. I was a leper and unclean and did nobody want to have nothing to do with me. But hey, I'm being invited to every party in town. Because I'm clean. I'm healed. I'm sanctified. I'm justified. I've been made now by the blood of Jesus. Somebody said, remember, I was dead for Mr. Myers said, I can't keep, hallelujah, wasting time. I can't keep bemoaning myself. I can't keep running out of my situation. I heard that Jesus Christ is in town. Hallelujah. If I can just get close enough and touch the hem of his garment, if I can muster up enough courage, enough strength, enough fortitude, I've been laughed at anyway, I've been scorned, I've been despised anyway, I've been humiliated anyway, I already lost my pride. What is there to lose? Don't nobody want me anyway. Don't nobody care about me anyway. Flies all over me. They don't throw sand at me. They don't shove me aside anyway. Hey! But I don't care. I don't care. Ain't no next to lose, baby. I don't care what they say now. They can't say more than what they don't say. They can't do more than what they don't do. They can't laugh at me more than they don't laugh at me. They ain't gonna show me up more than they don't done before. I may have to crawl. I may have to cling to somebody. I may have to be drawn to him. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'm going to Jesus. Whatever it takes. I'm going to reach Jesus. Whatever it takes. I'm going up to the mountain of the house of the Lord. And when I get there, I know I shall be made whole. Tell somebody, come on up to this mountain. Come on up to this mountain. Come on up to the mountain. Hallelujah. I'm saying hallelujah. I'm going up to the mountain of the house of the Lord. And he shall heal me. And he shall deliver me. And he shall supply all my needs. According to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. I'm going up to the mountain. I said hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm going up.
Yes, yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you. Woo.
She crawled up there.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's when you know people are ready. When you lost everything and then nothing else to lose.
Thank you, Lord. Ooh, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
No wonder. As that young man asked him what he must do to inherit eternal life. Jesus said, you know what's in the law. What did he say? I can rattle off all that the Lord said because he just knew. I've done all that. Jesus said, good. You go do that. He said, yeah, but what do I like then? He said, one thing thou lackest.
Yes. Okay.
Go and sell all that you have. Sometimes all that we have is our pride. That's the only thing holding us back from getting to God. I ain't got nothing else to do. You got pride. You got high-mindedness. You think you already know.
Come on.
You even think you better and know more than the preacher.
Come on.
This is your hindrance.
Speak, Holy Ghost.
Look him up and down.
Yes, sir.
Add him up and say, I can do that better.
Yes, sir.
Well, who's holding you?
The devil is alive. Amen.
Pride.
Sit here.
But until you say You never get the help you need from God.
Come on. Come on. Tear it down, Holy Ghost.
Jesus said, go sell all you have. Give it to the poor. In other words, serve the poor. Humble yourself like the poor. Get needy. The needy, the hungry, the thirsty. Because if you don't see that you need something, you never humble yourself.
God.
The woman, Jesus knew she been suffering for 18 years. Don't you think she knew? But she let all that walk on until that pride is knocked out of her. Guess what she said for her body? Ain't got nothing else to lose. I thought y'all can see what I'm saying. Her clothes were tattered. You've been bleeding. Woman, you don't know what you go through every month.
Yes.
Imagine that a whole year.
Jesus. Non-stop. Lord, every day.
Yeah, I want to paint the picture so you understand.
Yes, Lord.
Imagine that. And actually, it ain't every month for women. Unless you got a situation. And more than you say week. And then drive up. How do you know that? You forgetting I'm married?
All right.
For 30 years. I ought to know something. Some women 2 weeks. And then you have a complication, might be a month. Or it gets irregular. So imagine a whole month. Let's think about it. I hope you understand. Yes. Imagine a whole month of bleed. That's just a whole month, okay. Imagine a whole year.
Jesus. Wow. Jesus.
How you like that? They multiplied that by 18. How in the world did you even survive?
Right. Yes, Lord.
How are you still alive? And according to the law back then, whenever things like that happen, people say, you don't sin that. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's what they asked Jesus. Who did the sin? This young man or his parents? He was born dumb and deaf. Jesus Christ said, he didn't do no sin. Parents didn't do no sin. But for the glory of God. But you understand where I'm coming from? When you go through things like that, automatically people say, he must have messed up with the Lord. Something you did. Ain't no way all that take that long. He really messed up. And that's what the devil uses a bunch of you. You must have really messed up. That's why you still go through this. You better tell that devil, get out of my face. Get loose here. You better say, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. But I do know what I'm talking about when I say you go to hell. Now, fix that.
I know that.
I told you, stop hitting me. I bet you don't stop hitting me. I done told you don't hit me no more.
All right.
I told you then.
Tell that devil.
Don't hit me no more.
Tell that fox.
Don't hit me no more. Man, you better back up.
All right.
I'm walking away. You're still hitting.
Okay. All right now.
Didn't I tell you don't hit me no more?
Okay. All right.
Oh, he hit me. You better say nothing.
Beat him down. That's what he try to do to you. Amen. Beat him down.
Get up again. How bad, ain't you?
All right.
I promise you next time. When you see us, man.
Go flee. All right.
If you don't understand what Jesus did in the temptation, it knocked the devil out.
Knock him out.
You got to knock him out.
Yes, Lord.
Until Samson got Goliath's head. He didn't just kill him. That's not a mistake. We'll kill Goliath and we'll lift the head in the body.
No, he didn't. No. Make sure you...
When you knock Goliath out, cut his head off.
No more coming back.
You ought to get it.
Yes, I did.
Keep on letting that. In my game, the second strength, I have seen a hyena. A lion grabbed him by the neck and choked the life out of him. We just knew he was dead. Because usually that's what happened. Lion, don't feel nothing, and lion got up and walked up. You know, lions don't get that hyena. Yeah, oh, I can see the lion say, you old low time dead and nasty, right? Lions don't get them when they kill. They just kill them. They just can't stand them. So when they see them, they rush and kill them and walk away. They don't get them. Walked up, and I'm watching this. They feel the video on the hyena. Now, way down there, that's not no hyena. I'm just looking. I said, what? As far as the lion is concerned, that hyena is over. It's dead and gone. I ain't got to worry about this one no more. Hyena got up and walked away the other way. When you knock the devil out of your life, cut the head up. That's where they modify. That's where the word mortician come from. Go in there and cut the heart out. God the Lord, God the liver. Pump it with that junk they're pumping in their bodies. You ain't got to worry about it coming back to life. How you do that? You fortify your own power mightily. Make your lower strong. Pump up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Yeah, pump it up. With the Holy Ghost.
All right.
Go to the Holy Ghost gym. Exercise yourself unto all godliness.
Yes. That's right. That's what they do.
Unto this is strength.
That's right. That's right.
Unto that is strength.
That's all right. The loins. That's right. All right.
Unto that is strength.
Okay. That's right. Right. All right.
Unto that is strength.
Yes. Make it plain. Make it plain. All right.
Unto that is strength.
There you go.
Yes. There you go.
Now this strength.
Oh. Your model. Amen.
Now you ready for a fight.
Yeah.
What he meant last time was a jump. Because he ain't going to come back around and see what you did. When he comes back next time, he said,
Amen. You've been getting in that word. That's it. That's it. Yeah. It's fine.
but don't let him say when he came back, he saw you garnished, cleaned up, but one failed. If he find you in that situation, he will call 7 more demons, more dangerous than him, and your latter end go be worse than your former. But the lady said, I've lost everything. I've left everything. And I'm coming to you. And she crawled. I don't know how she did it because after 18 years, you ain't supposed to have any strength. I don't care how much vitamins you pump in. When blood keeps getting out of you,
Right.
you ain't got much strength left.
Right.
But she got there. I don't know how many times she stopped to take a breath. With all the people thronging around Jesus, I don't even know how she found any space.
Right.
But that's the power of a hunger.
Yeah, I know that's right.
We prayed and prayed and prayed. I don't know what's taking them too long. They have not lost everything yet. Until you lose everything, you don't come to Jesus. You never surrender. If there's still something inside of them that you like, and that's why you'll always look back. But when the angel brought him out and said, you run and don't you look back. Where you've been brought out of Sodom, you here now. The only thing I can tell you is that what the angel told him, flee into the mountains.
All right.
She crawled up there. All I know, she found her way to Jesus, and when she barely crawled over there, she come in. And right there, back to let Jesus.
Yes, yes.
Back to let Jesus.
Yes.
He knew something come out. And you might not know, it's not her touch with the hand. It was her faith that caused virtue to come from the Almighty God. I said hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Who touched me, the Lord says.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Who touched me?
That's what he said.
Who had this kind of faith? Who has sacrificed all? Who have lost all? Have made up their mind to whatever it takes, I'm going to read. Somebody have got to that point. Somebody have made up their mind. Somebody have finally crucified the flesh with the affections and the lust. Somebody have said goodbye, war. I don't know how long, but I know it's coming back for me. Somebody have said for me to live is Christ and to die is death. Somebody. Somebody don't care about this world anymore. Somebody is dead to the world. Somebody is fully persuaded. That's what touched him.
Thank you, Jesus. Yeah.
Who touched me?
Hallelujah.
And Peter said, you know him. No, what's with to speak. Don't blame him. That's his lecture. All these folks around here, you ain't talking about who touched you. There's a lot of folks around here, anybody. But you just said, you don't have no clue what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lord.
I know I've been taught by everybody. Ain't nothing left me.
Certain touch.
So this touch is special. This is not a carnal touch. This is not a touch for fishes and loaves. This is not a touch to fill my want. This is not a fleshly, lustful touch. This is a Holy Ghost, supernatural, deep in the Lord, on the mountain touch. Somebody faith, somebody prayer, somebody supplication, somebody petition, somebody crying out, somebody soul, God touch me. And she like, I can't hide this no more. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta testify. She got on up from there. I can't hide it no more. I suffered for 18 years. I lost all that I had. I was laughed at and put down for 18 years. I was thinking wretched and miserable. Nobody cared for me. Nobody helped me. And now that Jesus, I can keep it to myself. She got up there and says, it's me. It's me. It's me. It's me, oh Lord. It's me. And the Lord looked at her. You go your way. Your faith. He just told you what God said. Your faith. Your faith. Your faith. That's what made you whole. That's what taught you. Okay, let me read a few scriptures for you. I'll give you enough for it. Acts chapter 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, somewhere around there. Acts chapter 3, about verse 1, 2, 3, 4. Faith! But you have to understand that she mixed her faith with works. She didn't just believe, she walked towards it. And that touched Jesus, because faith without works is dead in the Lord. Acts 3, read.
John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer.
They went up together into the temple at. You understand? Well, prayer here, some of you have a chance to come to pray, you won't come. You need to be here in the temple at. Not 20 minutes later, not an hour later on, when we dismiss and walking out. At the hour of prayer. Come on.
Being the 9th hour.
And he told you exactly the scheduled time. It's important to keep with the scheduled time. Because once we agree and set up that time, that's when God will visit us.
Yeah. All right now.
You don't believe me?
He does too. He does. Yep.
Showers of blessings are coming down.
Thank you, Lord.
Showers are coming down. At the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour set, that's when God visits them. To everything that's a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven. When you understand that mystery, you will keep time. Because time and chance happen to them all. You ain't there at the time appointed. You never get it. You better learn to be there at the time appointed. If there's not an appointed time unto man, isn't that the scripture? I hope you're here and help yourself. There's an appointed time to everything you do. Keep the time. This word is rich, extra rich here today. I hope you get yours. And if we got to the topic, I was going to talk about it. So be it. I don't have none written down. I don't have no sermon printed. When I stand here, I speak. Yes. Read.
And a certain man lame from his mother's womb.
A certain man. That man is Bobby. That man is Ambrose. That man is Shafira. That man is Violet. That man is Coco. That man is Nanelle. That man is QT. That man is Carla. That man is Terry. That man is Alfred II. That man is Alfred III. That man is Ken J. As Ansel called you, Ken J. That man is Grant. That man is Ned. Old friend Ned. Who? That Max lady. Jerry? All right. That man is Charles Lamont Gray.
Yeah.
That man is the master musician. And that man, that man is Juicy. That man is Junior. To flip your hair, sir. That man is Chico Rico. That man is Sabrina Wancy. A certain man. What?
And a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried.
Lame, crippled. Yeah, we got wheelchairs now. They didn't have that.
Okay.
Their wheelchair, somebody else that carried them.
Right.
That man was lame. Not because he got run over by a car. No, from his mama's womb.
That's what the word says.
Read.
Whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple.
Somebody had to bring him every day and lay him at the gate of the temple. For what purpose? Huh? Read.
Which is called Beautiful.
Now the temple looked beautiful, but the situation was not beautiful.
Okay, all right.
Read.
To ask alms of them.
They brought it there because we keep you at home, you ain't burden. You ain't adding on to the family. We just got to keep giving you and you can't help us. So it's better off we put you up there, maybe at least you can beg and get a few pennies to help out here with this bill.
Ask alms.
Otherwise you're going to eat up everything and you ain't bringing nothing. You have responsibility. Not an aid or nothing. You ain't giving nothing.
Yeah.
And you all know how family treats you when they feel like you ain't bringing nothing.
Oh, yeah.
We family, yeah, until it's a month and you ain't brought a penny.
Okay.
You find that.
Right.
You find out how much family you are. That's the only time you know the only one going to care that is your mama. And after a while, sometimes I'm going to say, baby.
Mama need a little help.
Mama need a little help. Man, want to call your nappy head dad and see if he give you some money. To ask alms. Come on.
To ask alms of them that entered into the temple. Who seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple.
He saw Peter and John about to go to the temple. He can't afford to miss anybody. You don't know who's going to give you. I see it all the time. He put the sign right against the window. Folks don't sound like, I didn't see you. Say, what you come here begging me for $1? I give you nothing. On the road window say, go get a job. You can't get a job, probably because he got to shower first and he ain't got nowhere to shower. Come on, don't be mean. Some of them show some shout, get. That's a little mingy dog. There ain't no mingy, that's a human being.
Yes, exactly.
And I can't take it. I just got to stop. I almost got hit many times. I got to try. So I try to pull some. When I see it, I get some money, put it aside just in case. Here now. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, yeah. I was blocking the traffic. But somebody needed help. Where I said, that could be me.
Yes, Lord.
He said, Peter and John about to enter into the temple said what?
Asked and all.
He asked. He didn't demand. We had a one in Lancaster. Always demanded.
See.
I ain't lying. He got to a point, I said, you know what? One lady said, you ain't no good. She did tell me. So you ain't right. There's nothing wrong with you. I went to him something there and I finally realized something. You know what I asked him? He said, hey, black? Hey, brother, hey, black? That's what he called. I said, who's black? Let me hold $1. I said, you let me hold $1. That's what he said. I ain't got nothing to give you. I said, you better check. I know you better check where you live, who you live with. What's going on with your check you got? Don't worry about all that. That's what he told me. I love that. Said, oh, you ain't crazy. When he load up and get from everybody, guess what he does? He go buy him some cigarette, buy him some snacks and drink. You think y'all can walk fast? You ain't seen this man.
He can walk fast.
I thought it was ever. I said, you don't play the whole bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
But this man won't play, he needed help. So what do you do? Come on.
And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John.
He was asking for money. But when you are God, you're going to see past what they ask and see what they need. Peter fastened his eyes upon him. Said what?
Look on us.
Look on Jesus. Look on us because God is with us. Look on us. Read.
And he gave heed unto them.
He did what?
And he gave heed unto them.
That's the scripture of 2 Chronicles. Believe in the Lord thy God and son shall that be what? Believe in his prophets and so shall that what? If you don't believe them scriptures, you ain't get nothing from God. Jesus one time told him, if you don't believe that I am he, you will die in your sins. In other words, you never get help. He gave heed to what Peter said. Look on us. And he. But what he got was more than what he was expecting. Read.
Expecting to receive something of them.
What's there to lose? I told you. Until you get to a point you ain't got nothing to lose, you don't really sincerely ask for help from God, and you don't get what you need from God. He was expecting something. The man said, look at us. You're like, what's there to lose? Okay. Make sure I don't blink. Make sure I don't look away. If that's what it's going to take to get me, maybe instead of a quarter, maybe I get $1 or $5. Brother, I'll look. So you don't never have to say, I looked away. I'm looking. You get hit up today. And guess what happened? Read.
Then Peter said, silver and gold have I none.
Can you imagine the disappointment? They said, look on us. He did look on them. But the answer he got, I know he looked for $1. I ain't got it. I ain't got a quarter. Say what? Silver and gold, what?
Have I none, but
I ain't got. That means he ain't got a penny in his pocket. You ain't got silver, you ain't got gold. And you go to the temple. Read.
but such as I have give I thee.
But I got something. The mighty God of joy, you can sing a song. I got something that you can't take it away from me. I got one thing that you can't take him away from me. You may have this whole world, or you may take my life, lay it down with something on the grave. But I got Jesus, and you can't take away. Such as I have give I thee. What?
In the name of Jesus Christ.
In the name. The name that owns everything. I'll give you everything for the little something you're asking for. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Nazareth.
Not the other Jesus you all know about, but this one that came from Nazareth.
Rise up and walk.
Rise up out of here.
Do something greater.
Rise up.
Glory to God.
Up your drinking like a fish. Rise up from your fornication. Rise up from your self-doubt. Rise up from your depression. Rise up from your lying tongue. Rise up from your bitterness. Rise up from your hatred. Rise up from your guilt. Rise up from your sinful ways. Rise up in the name. What happened?
And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up.
Sometimes they need a little help. Lazarus did comfort, but somebody had to help unwrap him from the graveyard, from the grave clothes. Jesus said, "Lose him. Rise up. And what?
And walk.
And walk."
Yes.
You've been bound too long. You've been crippled too long. You've been dependent on people too long. You've been blaming everybody for your downfall too long. Guess what?
Rise up.
Now you ain't got no excuses.
All right.
Rise up and walk. Come on.
And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up.
And what happened?
And immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength.
Yes, thank you, Lord, for the strength. Yes,
Read.
And he leaping up stood and walked.
And wobbling.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Stood. Ooh, hallelujah.
We used to call it Kelly back home. Y'all call it buck knee, whatever y'all call it. What y'all call it? Knock knee, okay.
Bow-legged.
Bow-legged, yeah, bow-legged. K-legged, knock-kneed, pigeon-toed.
Oh, yeah. Snoop-footed.
Crooked foot. Lord have mercy. Now, he wasn't doing all that. He ain't walking like this here.
Right. Oh, no, straight.
He ain't walking like this here either. He ain't walking like this here. He ain't doing this here. Oh no. He was.
All right. Believe it.
He was under his own self. Is this for real?
That's right. Yep, just like them. Yes, leave it. Ooh, yes.
And what happened?
And he leaping up stood and walked and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising God.
Hallelujah! I can see it. Yes.
Somebody ought to feel loose up here.
Yes.
Somebody ought to get up and live right about now. He wants you. God on had his way.
Yes, Lord.
Genesis 22, verse 1 for about 14. Read somebody. Genesis 22.
What verse?
We're going to get out of here.
What verse?
Chapter 22, 1 to 14 or 1 to 15 somewhere.
And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham.
God did tempt Abraham. Yeah, I know Jesus said, let no man when he's tempted say, I'm being tempted of God. For God cannot tempt any man. Neither can he be tempted. But every man is tempted when he's going to work his own lust.
Yes.
And entice him with lust conceived to bring it forth sin. And when sin is finished, they bring it up for what? Death. Read.
And said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am.
I'm here, Lord. What do you need me to do?
And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac,
Come on.
whom thou lovest, and get
I know you love your son. I told you. I know he's dear to you. I know you would do anything to keep your son. I know you give your life, if that be the case, to save your son. But guess what? Sacrifice. Read, what's this?
And get thee into the land of Moriah,
Get to the land of Moriah.
and offer him there for
Offer him, sacrifice him, kill him.
a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of.
And I will tell you exactly where to go and offer. Right Friday we were teaching. For those that think, I just give my tithes to the church. I don't give no offering to the church. I just give wherever the Spirit leads me. I see somebody homeless, I give it to them. That ain't what God said.
All right.
They're preaching another Jesus, not the Jesus of the Bible. That is false doctrine. And I dare anybody listen out there to say, that ain't right. I said, come on, I was glad to meet every last one of you. Join the walkers anywhere. Let's go through scriptures and let's prove this thing.
All right. What you say? Prove it.
Let's prove it. Get your henchmen preachers. Get all your prophets. All the false prophets of the grove and all the bad prophets you get. Get all 800 or 8,000, 8 million of them. Come on. Let's go to the mountain of the Lord and debate the issue. scriptures. I'm ready. Be ready. Bring them. Read.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning.
He did not hesitate.
And saddled his ass.
Because the king's business demands what? Haste. Whenever God says do a thing, you don't need to consult nobody. You get up and go do it. If you want to get the results you're looking for from the Lord. Come on.
And took 2 of his young men with him.
He took 2 of his young men with him,
And
2
Isaac
witnesses.
his son,
And Isaac his son, the sacrificial lamb.
and clave the wood for the burnt offering.
He done cut the wood already. Everything made ready.
And rose up and went to the place of which God had told him.
God said go to Mount Moriah. But he ain't pinpointed exactly where in the mountain. It got to be at a place. God don't meet you anywhere and everywhere. He meets you and you got to meet him where he said, meet me. Folks don't know that it's all in the Bible. Herod desired to hear from Jesus. He want to hear something like him because he's the king. He thought Jesus was going to come running. He go tell that fox what I'm doing. A sense of God. We don't cower down to no authority of the world when they want to defy the name of God. You take authority and dominion over principalities and powers. You don't let the devil mess you around. Pilate said that you know how power to live here to condemn you, blah, blah, blah. All this time Jesus ain't said nothing. Till he fooled around, messed up and said that. Jesus turned around and said, what? You have no power over me, except it was given of you unto of my Father. And in the case is so, in my kingdom was of this world, I will ask and I will be sent to the legions of angels, and they will fight. Pilate stopped like, what's a condemned man talking like this yet? You a king? Because to be a king, I'm in trouble. He said, but my kingdom is not of this world. You a king, Dad? You said it. Yes. You said it. Learn how to talk with authority. Live right enough to know that when you speak, God will back you up. Right. That's why it said the righteous are bold as a lion. Fearless. Can we just get along? No, Negro, get your hands off me. Read.
Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw.
3-day journey. How far is this place? I'm going there. Sometimes we just read it. On the 3rd day. This is deep. Many folks don't know it. From the time you enter into the temple, triumphantly, that whole week was the feast of Passover. The day of preparation was about 3 days before Jesus was crucified. Folks don't know that. That's the thing they call the Holy Sabbath and then the High Sabbath. When the day of Pentecost was fully, because it's been coming, there been preparation being made. Passover took time to prepare. They had to go find faultless lamb and get all the herbs and everything. It takes about 3 days in preparation before you kill the Passover. Abraham looked up on the 3rd day. What happened?
And saw the place afar off.
He saw the place afar off.
And Abraham said unto his young men,
watch this.
Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship.
This final mile, this final journey, I can't take everybody. When you go to sacrifice and meet God, many times you've got to share people. You can't take everybody. To make the sacrifice you need to make and to get the result you need from God, you're going to have to let go of everybody. Abraham said, all this time they've been with him. They thought they looked up and saw the place and said, y'all wait here. Me, what's this prophecy? Me and who?
And I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you.
We're going yonder.
Coming back.
Because you go to the mountain of the Lord to worship. You go to the mountain of the Lord to sacrifice. You go to the mountain of the Lord to praise God. You go to the mountain of the Lord to get direction. You go to the mountain of the Lord to find rest. Watch this, read.
And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand.
Y'all don't know this. He laid the wood of the burnt offering on Isaac. It doesn't mean he piled it on him. No, Isaac, he put on Isaac to carry. Y'all didn't get it.
Right.
Just like Jesus carried the cross.
Right.
The final leg. Y'all didn't get it. Isaac carried his cross to the sacrifice place.
Yes, he did.
On a mountain near Moriah. Not exactly Moriah. Jesus went to the mountain called Golgotha. But Jesus carried his own wood.
Yes, he did.
Heavy. Overloaded. The sins of the whole world was on him. Put on that cross. He had to carry it all the way. One time he fell down and the thing fell on him. The same way Isaac carried his own wood, Jesus had to carry his own wood. Read.
And a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father, he said, Here am I.
Daddy? Yes, son.
Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood,
I see the wood,
but where is the lamb
I see the
for the burnt
fire.
offering?
but I already know some God got sacrificed. Who is it?
And Abraham said, My son,
Watch this.
God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering.
Now, did Abraham lie?
No, he didn't.
Why not?
Because he did.
Wasn't he supposed to sacrifice Isaac? So what is he talking about?
Well, by faith.
That's faith talking. I wasn't supposed to have no child at this age. Sarah wasn't supposed to conceive. So if you decide to take him, I know you can replace him. God will provide himself.
Yes.
And what? I told you all the stage I won't go do it. Did you ever think it's going to come to Corona and we ain't been there anymore? How long that going to last? Now, do you believe? When I said it, did anybody know about Corona? The Lord spoke to me and said, I was just trying to see how faithful you're going to be. God said, I'm going to build myself the house.
Amen.
That's why I relaxed. I relaxed. That's okay. It ain't by your power, son. It ain't by your mind or intelligence, son. God got to do it.
Yeah.
But you got to yield to him. You got to say, you know what? I'm tired. I done tried. I done done everything. You know what? I'm just going to let you handle this business for me. This person?
Yes, sir.
I ain't sweating no more. It is vain to stay up late.
That's right.
It is vain
That's right.
to rise up early.
That's right.
For so he giveth his beloved what?
Rest.
No need me toiling, warm myself, walking 3 jobs, and then the government take more. The more you try to walk, the more they take. And you say what's the point? And you got folk can walk that day, but they got a bigger check and rest and relax. And still get free Medicare. Sometimes I'm like, what am I going to work for?
Exactly.
I ain't lying. But you have the Republicans complaining about the free check. That's just going to make them folks don't want to work. But if the unemployment you going to give me more than what I make, what I need to go to work for? Shoot, I'm going to try to get some of that unemployment. I will retire from this 12 hours a day and go right straight into ministry. Knowing that his wife's going to get a check to pay our bill. I'll be going all over establishing church. I'm praying on it. And I ain't going to give up praying. Not for that. I see the wood, I see the fire, but where's the lamb? The Lord will provide himself a lamb for sacrifice. Read.
So they went both of them together.
They went together.
And they came to the place which God had told him of.
They came to the exact place. You can't sacrifice. God actually says, see that you do not your sacrifices and offerings in any place that you shall choose. That was the commandment. But in the place which the Lord that God shall choose to put his name there, that's where you bring your offering and your sacrifice. But folks still don't get it. I got paid with the Spirit. I said, God, no Spirit leading you. It's your ignorance and your pride and stupidity and you wonder why you didn't get no result from God.
My God.
You don't tell God what or how or when or who or where.
That's right.
He's the master. You ain't none but the clay. You all nappy-headed Rudy Pudding.
That's what we are. We the clay.
Read.
And they came to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order.
You had to build an altar. You sacrifice at the altar. And laid the wood in order.
And bound Isaac his son.
Was Jesus bound? Believe it or not, he was bound. They had to tie his hand, let him nail it. Isaac is a replica of Jesus. He was the son of promise. Folks don't know that. Anyway.
And
It's a typography of Jesus. Of the Lamb that was crucified. Come on.
And laid him on the altar upon the wood.
And I didn't hear Isaac say a word. Imagine that. Just like Jesus did. The Bible said, sheep to the shearer and a lamb to the slaughter. So he opened not his mouth. In his humiliation, not was in his submission, his judgment was taken away. Come on, read.
And Abraham stretched forth his hand.
My God.
And took the knife to
Powerful.
his son.
It pleased God to bruise him. All we like sheep have gone astray, and God has laid upon him the iniquities of us all. Abraham was willing to kill his own son. All because God says so. Watch this.
And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham.
Abraham.
Woo, Abraham.
Abraham.
And he said,
God is like, my goodness, Abraham.
Here am I.
Even to God, it was like, wow. I finally found me a man that would do everything I said. Abraham. Bobby. Bobby. You hear God calling you, brother Bobby? Lenore. Charles Comfort. QT. Forget that. God said he's looking for such a faith. I'm willing to sacrifice anything, Lord, to please you. That's all he's doing. Watch this.
And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad,
Don't kill your son.
neither do thou anything unto him.
Don't harm your son.
For now I know that thou fearest
Wait a
God.
minute. God said, now I know that he didn't know before.
Now.
God said, my goodness. Abraham, the bragging I bragged about you, I'm glad you didn't let me down. Now I know that you really fear God. Watch this.
Seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me.
You didn't hold back your only son from me. You were willing to lose everything. Watch this.
And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son.
Watch this.
And Abraham called the name of that place
What?
Jehovah Jireh,
The Lord will provide.
as it is said to this day,
Watch this.
in the mount of the Lord
In the mountain of the Lord.
it shall be seen.
You want to find it? You want to get your answer? You want to get your deliverance? You want to find your solution to your life problem? You want to know how to escape? You want to know how to see your husband delivered?
Yes.
Your wife and children delivered? You want to get your healing? You got to go to the mountain of the house of the Lord.
Yes.
Isaiah chapter 2 verse 1 and 2. I'm through. That's it. You ready? Right. I know that's right. Okay then. Granny, you ready? Yeah. It's not by might. God will give you what you need when the day comes. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. What do you say?
The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw.
Chapter 2?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
I'm looking for it shall come to pass those days at the mountain of the house.
The next verse.
Okay, then, all right.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house,
the mountain, the church, the body of Christ, but the mountain of this house is Jesus Christ himself. And it shall be established where?
In the top of the mountains.
It's established in the top of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. The 12 foundations of the church. Read the.
And shall be exalted above the hills.
It shall be exalted above the hill.
And all nations
exalted
shall flow.
is Reuma. The place there called Reuma. R-E-U-M-A-H. Exalted or lofty. It shall be established, shall be exalted above
the hills. And all nations shall flow unto it.
Watch this.
And many people shall go and say.
And many people shall go and say what?
Come ye and let us go up to the mountain.
No, come, let's go up to the mountain of the Lord.
To the house of the God of Jacob.
To the house of the God of Jacob.
And he will teach us of his ways.
He will teach us of his ways.
And we will walk in his paths.
We will walk in his paths.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law.
Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty shall go forth the law.
And the word of the Lord.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Flee to the mountains, y'all.
Yes.
Flee to the mountains. And you never go home empty. God bless you all. We had a time.
Yes, Lord.
We've had a time. We've had a time. We've had a time in the Lord. God is good, ain't it?
Yes, He is.